Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog, so let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all. All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store. This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, first story up, another Puffy, another update on the Puffy case. The lawsuit that was put in by Ashley Parham against Puffy, she has gone back in and amended her lawsuit. Okay, so we found out yesterday that Odell Beckham Jr. and Druski was brought in on the amended lawsuit that Miss Parham decided to file. Of course, both Odell and Druski have denied it. Hell, let me tell you, I didn't even know we knew who Druski was. This was supposed to have happened back in 2018. That was before the pandemic and everything. I feel like I did not know that Druski existed before 2018. Like, did we know who he was? Maybe we did. I mean, I'm sure he might have had a presence on social media, but I don't think Druski was Druski until these last few years. Okay. Druski, and I mean, like, I don't know if we would have seen him at a Puffy party back in 2018. It just doesn't seem like he was known like who he is now back in 2018. But I may be wrong. But it don't matter because both Druski and Odell Beckham have said that they were not involved and that this was all fake. As a matter of fact, Odell said that he ain't never even been to. This is a part of California that this woman said that this happened in. And he's saying that he's never even been to that area. Okay. So he knows that he did not do anything sexually or anything else otherwise to this woman. He knows that he is innocent. He knows that he is covered by God. So he is not even worried about the charges or anything. He's just basically like, this too shall pass. Okay. Druski is pretty much on the same sentiment. He said that while his heart breaks for, the real actual victims, he was not the person that this Ashley Parham person is saying drugged and raped her at a party for Puffy back in 2018. But you guys, the paperwork about Druski, I just gotta tell you guys that in the court paperwork, it says that he came in the room. They told her to take all her clothes off, that Druski poured lubricant all over her naked body, and then he jumped on top of her, and that he was so big on top of her that she could not breathe. It's like, not shade in the fucking lawsuit. Okay, because we all know that Druski is a big boy or whatever. But it was just sort of like, y'all had to put all that lubricant all over her naked body, and he jumped on top of her and she couldn't breathe. Y'all had to put all that on there. Y'all had to put all that on there. Okay. All right. We're going to see what happens on May 5th, you guys. Okay. That's when this lawsuit actually goes to court. So I'm assuming that this Ashley Parham lady is involved with the federal case, because the May 5th case, the May 5th date is for the federal case, right? What about all these other lawsuits? When do those get to court? Because is this lawsuit that this woman, Miss Parham, is talking about, is this involved with that federal case, or is this something else? It's so many, child, it's confusing. Puffy's lawyer put out a statement basically saying that Miss Parham had already been told that her story was unfounded after the Contra Costa Sheriff's Department did an investigation. Instead of her dropping her lawsuit, she decided to double down and said that there was a conspiracy around the case, and that they had even gone after a Michael Jackson accuser and held the person at gunpoint, making them change like their story or something like that. I was just like, what? And that they said that the person signed some paperwork and all of that, and that they were moving the person from safe house to safe house to safe house. The lawyers is just basically like, anybody that has any sense that could listen to the stories that Miss Parham has been putting out there would know that these stories are not true. Okay, so this is some shit that she done concocted, she done came up with, and they're like, they know that their day in court, you know, when they do go to court about this, that he is going to be absolved of all of this. So they're just waiting on their day in court, you guys. But yeah, Odell and Druski. So random, these people that are coming out. But I mean, it'd be a whole bunch of people at those parties. So you just, I mean, I guess you could just take your pick. But at least Odell was sounding like he had proof of on the actual day where he was. So we'll see if that comes up as well. But yeah, you guys, I'm just ready for the Puffy case. I'm tired of talking about all these cases. Let's get to some action. Okay, either the nigga gonna be in jail for a long time or let him out or something. But let's get to it, because every week is something else. Okay? Next story. All right, Nikki Baby. Child, I'm telling you, that Nikki Baby, honey, I said this 2025 ain't working out to be her best year yet, is it? Because remember I told you guys, okay, we know that she had the baby with the LeAngelo Ball boy, okay? And they ended up breaking up, or Jello just decided to leave and abandon his family, let Nikki tell it, with her newborn. I mean, she just had this baby like in December or something like that. And then they even have another child that I think is under 2. So both 2 new little babies, you know, Jello just decided to leave. I guess he was like, I got a rap career that I need to worry about. Can't be worried about her. And then he surfaced with this other girl. And then the girl and Nikki and him was going back and forth. He actually wasn't in it. It was the girl. The girl was saying how, you know, everybody was trying to make her look bad. And, you know, Nikki was a racist and all. Remember I told you guys all that? Okay. So I guess Jello just been out the picture. Nikki has decided that, you know what, she gonna have a hot girl summer. She said that she about to be outside all summer. Just let her get her body back together. Okay, and by summer she should be ready. Okay, I guess she decided to test out that readiness the other day, or the other night I should say. Her and a gentleman by the name of, what this nigga name is, Matzi, M-A-Z-I. Matzi? Yeah, I'm assuming it's Matzi. Apparently her and Matzi decided to go to a basketball game together. And if you guys see the video, it was actually him who was filming this video. These two were together at the game. You know, she was showing off all her bling, all her love bracelets and Tiffany and all of her Cartier and all that, right? And they was smizing for the camera and blowing kisses and everything. And he was actually the one that was holding the camera. So he was there with Nikki. And as soon as he posted that, honey, next thing we know, some girl named Diana then came out and said, oh, Matzi, you mean to tell me you out there with Nikki, but I thought you said you was trying to be with me. Okay. And then she proceeded to post all his text messages back and forth from her. Him simping, child. I'm talking about he was really trying to be with Miss Diana. He was apologizing. He say he want to be with her. He don't want to be with nobody else. He not going to do nothing to her. He not going to hurt her. He love her. He miss her. He this, he that. Child, she posted all of that. Then he ended up coming back and saying, y'all, my boobs look good in this shirt. Come on, boobs. Look at that. They look nice. Anyway, get back on topic. She posted all that. Then he came out and said that he's single. Him and Nikki was just friends, okay? Because the girl even said, you even said that she was a whore and that she was... I was just like, Nikki, girl, don't post shit else. Girl, don't post shit else unless it's your babies. Don't put nothing else out there, okay? Cause how long you gonna let these niggas make you look stupid out there? He say he's single, then she come out and say, oh, you know, it's no tea, you guys. We are single. We are not a couple. But you sure was in that camera just a smiling and a doing and a doing. And I said, girl, next time if you're trying to make your man jealous, at least make sure that everybody on the same page. Because now you got to come back out and say, girl, it wasn't what y'all thought it was. But you wanted us to think that that's what it was. Okay? Yeah, girl, just the babies. Okay, these niggas, we need to sit out 2025. Okay? Or if you must be with some man, let him not be a rapper. Let him not be a ball player. Let him not be anybody that's in the industry. Okay, maybe go find you a nice little young man out there that'd be okay with raising your black babies. Okay? All right. Next story. All right, you guys, Dr. Umar, child. I didn't want to talk about this because Dr. Umar is so far off my radar. I mean, I tell you guys all the time, if it's something that really bothers me, I don't want to have to deal with, and I act like it don't exist. Okay, so I'll never see Dr. Umar. I don't pay attention to anything that he says. I don't watch his videos. Even just for fun, I don't watch. Okay, he just is like, is completely, I compartmentalize very easily. I do it very well, okay? And so I don't think about Dr. Umar. But this story has gotten to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to say something. But not much. I'm just going to tell y'all the story and y'all can tell me what you think about it. But you guys know that Dr. Umar, who is like the, Pan-African, pro-black, basically hates white folks. I mean, I shouldn't say hates. I don't know if he does or doesn't, but he is very much 100% a pro-black person. He had developed this school that he was supposed to have, the little Marcus Garvey school, and the kids were supposed to all go there, and then he had requested money like on a old jump starter kind of kick or Kickstarter type of thing, but it didn't come to fruition. So people are still like saying that he is like a fraud and that, that he stole these people's money. I don't even know much about that story. I'm just telling you guys what's out there. Anyway, this story though is about his 22-year-old daughter named Nisa, who's out there saying that he's a deadbeat and that he's never been in her life. Okay. She posted these videos and she was upset. And she was just talking about like how he be on the videos and he be saying all this and all that. But would you guys know that he actually is a deadbeat dad and he never has been in her life and, all of that. So after she had posted her videos, then he responded. And I was just like, I wish that he didn't respond this way because, I mean, to me, it didn't make him look any better because the first thing he says is, you know what, stop the cap. Okay, my number has been the same for as soon as somebody says shit like that and they're talking about their child, okay, that kind of makes me look at them with a side eye because you want your child to be trying to reach out to you to fix this relationship. I mean, kids don't ask to be here. And of course we don't know how his daughter has been, but I don't know if it's a good look to be putting it on the child. Like, oh, well, you can call me. Okay. No, you're the parent. I'm the child. So can you call me? You the grown up of this situation. Can you call me? Okay, I know she's 22, but you guys see what I'm saying? So that was the first problem that I had. But anyway, he was talking and he was saying like, he's never changed his number for his kids, so that they can always know where, they can always reach out to him. But he basically said that he's been paying child support from the beginning, and that he's always been there anytime he's asked, requested to spend time with her, it doesn't happen. And he said that she was just basically using his name and talking for clout, and that she was trying to draw more traffic to her struggling streaming career that she's trying to have. Okay. People were upset because when people wanted her to expound on that and go on like different interviews for different podcasts and different platforms or whatever, she was charging $2,000 to $10,000. She said that was her range. All right. And people had a problem with that. And she was just like, why wouldn't I? If I'm telling my story and I could, if people going to pay for my story, I'm not. And my whole thing is, first of all, we ain't asked you either. Like, okay, you're the one that came out. So why are you so mad at everybody else when they have questions about you charging? So it was just sort of like, I felt like both of them kind of was wrong, okay? I felt like she was so defensive and not realizing that the way that she was coming off was maybe off-putting to a lot of people. And then, of course, him being Dr. Umar, either you like him or you don't, because of all of what he has going on and everything. So I just felt like they both was wrong. Him for putting it like, oh, we got to get together. If we get together, you make sure that Mama Smurf was there. Papa Smurf will be there. I got my white people paperwork. And, he'll say, so I kind of am inclined. I feel like he's not lying about the child support part and all of that. Dr. Umar looked like he is not the easiest person to get along with. So I can imagine maybe the conversations that him and his daughter, who's emotional, and she's hurt, their conversations probably are very frustrating, okay? Because he seems like the type that's not going to try to comfort somebody. He seems like he's going to be the type that's just going to be like, oh, well, your mama, okay, we not together because where your mama was, and then you wasn't around, and you never wanted to see me, and well, like, you need to talk to your mama about that, that doesn't help in them kind of situations either. He did end up removing that video, and then he came out and said that, he would be willing to sit down and talk to them. And now the daughter is saying that she don't want to talk to him because the mom don't want to come because he used to put his hands on the mom. And, so now it's just getting bigger, and it's just getting to be too much mess. And, I don't know if he did or did not beat the mother. That's something that we don't know, but it's just sort of like all this should be handled offline, like get offline, I'm sure the daughter realized that there were some people who really love him, but there are also a lot of people who don't really like him. And so, that's why she did what she did. But I'm just like, they both kind of didn't approach this well. She said that she was only reaching out to him not to get anything from him, not to get any money. She's not trying to get no clout or anything like that. She was trying to reach out to a sister that she has from another woman that he was with. And she said that after she did all this, she was able to reach out and talk to the mother of the girl. And when the girl was at school when they spoke. And so when the girl gets home, she's going to be able to talk to her sister. So I'm assuming that means that this whole thing is over, because if that's all she was trying to do anyway, she was able to reach out and find her sister and talk to her. So maybe that's going to be it. But I just, I don't know. I don't have any opinion on Dr. Umar because I literally don't watch. I don't know enough about anything that he does to even give you guys any kind of opinion, other than the few times that I've seen him, his videos on Instagram or whatever, I just was like, yeah, he's not for me. All right, you guys, an update on the Caleb Wilson case, the hazing death at Southern University in Louisiana. Remember last week I told you guys that they hadn't made any arrests yet? Well, as of course, right after I posted that Top of the Blogs video on Friday, they told us that one kid had been arrested, had turned himself in. Ironically, his name was Caleb McCrae, and he was 23 years old. I didn't put it in my notes. Okay. He turned himself in on Friday. He actually was the person whose father, the father had a flooring company, and they used the father's office or his work building or whatever in order to do the hazing ritual. which was they were punching people repeatedly in their chest. I thought it was just one blow, but they said it was 4 blows that each person had to take. They said that it was 8 people that was in the room, and you know, I guess the Omega guys took turns like punching them, and you know, Caleb Wilson ended up passing out and seizing and then dying. But anyway, on Monday, they ended up arresting Kyle Thurman, 25 years old. Okay. They went to wherever he was and they arrested him. There was a third person, Isaiah Smith, 28 years old. He ended up turning himself in on Tuesday, which is today. The Kyle and Isaiah were not students any longer. They had already graduated and moved on, but they were Omegas, so they were on the line, you know, they were conducting the line or whatever. Caleb McRae is already out on a $75,000 bond. They were all charged with criminal hazing, which is a felony in Louisiana. They're gonna do some jail time for sure. But the whole story is just sad. When I was looking at the pictures of the other, you know, of the 3, I just felt so bad, because this is a situation that hits home, because, you know, I have a son that was that age, and, you know, sometimes you just don't realize that you are doing dumb things. You think that you've done it so many times that it's going to work out like all the other times that it did, and then this one time, somebody punched a little too hard, or somebody did something, or you just got a person that actually has like some sort of ailment that they can't survive a blow to the chest like that. And just, I always tell you guys, one bad decision can completely change your life. One bad decision can completely change your life. These boys are definitely seeing that. I mean, these kids were going to college, and you know, I guess trying to start their lives off and, you know, build their family and all of that, start their careers and all that. And now all of that has just been shut down, folks. We got to deal with this now. And now you have a family. You have 4 families now that are without their kids, or will be without their kids. One that won't come back ever. And then the other 3 that are probably going to do some jail time. So sad. Just sad. They've got to stop hazing. They have to stop hazing. When I looked at those the pictures of the 3, I just felt so bad, because I just was like, I know these boys did not set out to kill nobody that day. You know, like that was not what they decided to do. They were just honoring old practices, things that they've done in that fraternity for years and years and years. But I mean, they got to stop hazing. We'll keep our eye on this story, though. I'll let you guys know what else comes of it, and then we'll move on to the next story. And then lastly, you guys, in quickies, LeBron going off on Stephen A. Smith. I mean, my feeling is, first of all, you guys know LeBron is not my favorite person. Stephen A. Smith is not even on my radar. Like, I don't watch him. He's another one that I just act like the man don't even exist. Because the minute I hear his voice and his just him, being his regular self, I can tell he's a person that I don't want to listen to. Okay. But when LeBron confronted Stephen A. Smith at the Laker game the other day and fussing about Stephen A. Smith talking about his son, my feeling is this. I feel like maybe Stephen A. Smith probably was doing too much, because Stephen A. Smith is a doing too much kind of person. He's blaming LeBron James for the son's ability to play basketball. That's not on LeBron. That's his son. Okay? So it's like, you can't be talking about LeBron when it's something that his son is doing. I mean, you're not responsible for the abilities of this kid on this court. And then also, I think that LeBron James is really sensitive about his son, because you have a son who's a basketball player. So the sports commentators are going to talk about your son, and sometimes they're going to say things that are not nice about your son. Sometimes it'll be pertaining to the game, and sometimes it'll be some low blows or some shots that's taken that they shouldn't, have said or whatever. And that's just kind of something that goes along that's just what it is. This man is commentating on your basketball player's son, okay? But Stephen A. Smith also does a lot, and he's extra. And so, just both of them was wrong. Both of them was doing too much. Is LeBron's son even still playing basketball? I thought they had moved him to a different league. Or is he like a seat, I was going to call him a seat filler. Is he a bench warmer? Is he one of them too? Well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, both LeBron and Stephen A. Smith doing too much. And then, you guys, I found this story reading up on the Dr. Umar story. But they had also had a story about a person that killed Jam Master Jay. You guys know he just recently went to jail these last few years or whatever. They say that he was caught up in a jail riot just a couple of days ago and ended up getting stabbed 18 times. He survived it, you guys. But 18 times, bruh, man ain't looking too good. He's in critical condition at the hospital. He's been there. This happened back in February, the end of February 22nd. And there was a riot between the gangs. What is the man's name? All I got is Jordan, but Jordan, I think, is the last name. So Mr. Jordan, his gang, he was in the Bloods. And some Trinitarians ended up getting into a fight at the prison, child, and they had a riot. And Mr. Jordan ended up getting stabbed 18 times, child. I'm telling you, prison is not for me. I be so worried thinking about Karen up there, girl. And she ain't got her wigs and her makeup artist. Child, I just know it's a whole lot happening up there. I'm not laughing, y'all. And then lastly, you guys, just an update on Gene Hackman and his wife. So finally got the final story on what happened there. They said that the 65-year-old wife of Gene Hackman, I don't know what her name is, child, but I've told you guys in the past. So they say that she ended up dying a week before Gene Hackman died, because he has a pacemaker. And so the pacemaker recorded when it stopped working again. Okay. But they believe that she died a week before he did, and that she died from the deadly disease hantavirus. Hantavirus is, they say, it's like a virus that is passed around from rodents, from like the droppings of mice, saliva of rodents, things like that. So she ended up getting infected with this disease. Maybe she didn't know she had it. I don't know. But anyway, she ended up dying. She ended up dying a week before. And then that poor man, 95 years old, full-blown Alzheimer's, dementia, full-blown, was in that house by herself for a whole week, you guys. I don't even know what might have been going on in that house. But, a whole week for a dementia patient to be in a place by themselves like that. I feel so sad for him. And then it was just like, I know I don't talk to my dad every single day, but only because my brother is there. And so I know that there is somebody else around that is checking on my dad. So, but I don't talk to my dad every day. But the idea of knowing that this man died and nobody was around to check on him, I am just like, oh, that is so sad. And can you imagine the confusion of him seeing this woman just laid out because she had passed out on the floor somewhere. And him just walking by her and thinking maybe that she might be asleep or something. And then the dog, oh my God, when I was looking at that, I was just like, oh my God, that is awful. Oh, I feel so bad. You guys gotta check on your loved ones. And I'm saying this to myself too. I gotta do better. Because, I would be so heartbroken if my dad was, just the thought. So, But anyway, at least we now know exactly what happened there. You know, they pretty much have an idea what happened there. She died. A week later, he died. And the dog who was in the kennel, who had just had some sort of procedure done. And that's why he was in his kennel. That dog ended up dying as well because it never got out. So it didn't have any food or water. I don't even know if it took medication, any of that. So, yeah, you guys. Just letting you guys know what happened there. But boy, so sad. All right, you guys, that's it. I've been out here forever. I mean, forever. One day I'm going to tell you, I'm going to complain to you guys of how horrible this day was, but I'll spare you guys today, because nigga might start crying. I didn't even go to work today, child. I've been home all day. Anyway, you guys, we do this every single week, so make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.